Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nova War.
I'm sitting on my feet.
Yes, you do. I don't know how your feet don't fall asleep.
They do sometimes.
Oh, okay.
For those that don't know, I have this thing where I sit on my feet.
At all times?
At all times. When I play Starcraft, when I'm casting, when I'm sitting on a couch, anything.
Have you ever tried to walk with both feet asleep?
You know what? Sometimes. Oh, good luck have Batman.
Oh,
very nice.
Batman, sir.
Sometimes if I sit on my feet the wrong way, like I have them in such a way, because you know when I was born, my feet were messed up.
Yeah, your feet were messed up, yeah.
For me, sitting on my feet is comfortable.
Right.
And for me, not sitting on my feet is just, to me, I'm so used to it that it's uncomfortable. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been times where I legitimately get up and one of my feet's asleep, or one of my feet. Is that how I would say it?
Yeah, you don't say one of your foot.
One of my foot. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
No.
Wow, my English sour.
English is second language.
Yeah.
Black is the first. Black and ease is your first.
Black is the first. Sometimes I'll stand up and one of my feet's asleep, and I'll just literally just
like stumble?
You just stumble. And it feels like I broke my ankle or something.
It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah.
It's up there with wake up in the middle of the night and you've been sleeping on your hand.
Oh my god. And you
can't feel you can't lift your whole arm, and you're like,
sometimes I'll like bite my hand or my arm and I'll smack it against the wall.
Sometimes you're like, I actually think that I have lost circulation for so long that I'm no longer going to be able to use this arm.
Yeah, well, it's not only that, it's you're also half asleep.
So it doesn't make any better.
You're making things
up in your head.
Yeah, you're just like, holy shit.
Oh,
I
had a stroke.
No, that's literally.
And then you pick up your arm with your actual operating arm. You like throw your hand into the wall. You're like, come on, feel. And then eventually you feel it.
I know people have done that. In the comments. You got to let me know.
But then you keep doing it, and then your hand comes back, and then the last crack that you give the wall, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like I have feelings.
And you're like, all right, good. Now I have to try and fall back asleep with a bruised hand.
Adam?
Yes.
Hit me up with that noise of your arm hitting the wall when it's asleep.
All right. Oh!
All right, we're off to a great start here.
Yep.
Starting up here in the top position of Shattered Temple, we have Cheap.
That's either Lycheepeel or Lycheepeel. Lycheepeel.
How about we call him Leech?
Sure.
Leech.
I'll go with Leech because that's easy to say.
And over here, we have Soundwave.
And you know he's cool because he's got X's at the beginning and end of his name.
Oof.
It's like Xbox Live 1.0 all over again.
Wicked. So we do have a Forge Fast Expand coming out the gate here for Leech.
And done properly, I might add.
No, actually, it's not.
Oh, wait, no, there's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap.
Right there,
and
okay.
his cannon's late. He got his gate before cannon, which really can hurt him.
Backwards. And remember that time you said that could hurt him?
Yeah, no, this could be it right now.
This would be in and around the time where it hurts him.
It's going to be extremely close. If Soundwave can get us around on this cannon,
I would just blast past it and go up to...
No, kill it. Get rid of everything. Get rid of pylons, get rid of the natural. He can do a lot of damage here. He can do a lot of damage. Going up here, Lings versus Probes, really not a battle you want to be in. This is just all free for the taking, in my books. And look, he's even blocking himself in at this point.
And he canceled for a cannon, which was a terrible decision because now the Zerglings are there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a bad place.
He's losing so many minerals
for
right
Leech
now.
to be right now. This is a steep hill to be climbing back up from at this point. He's even got a drone still in there doing some damage, and Bob comes out now trying to attack something that, I don't know, he's moonwalking there for a second. But down goes that last pylon. Bob will be going down very quickly as well. And, he just has that Forge, unfortunately, is the only thing powered.
He's actually going to allow this cannon to finish. That is not good.
That's it. He's going to hold.
He needs to back up. He can still attack this Nexus, no problem. Why is he going after this Forge? He's wasting a lot of Lings right now. He needs to just get away from... There you go. Now you're thinking, I would actually be attacking this this Nexus. This Gateway ain't doing shit.
Well, you're not going to really win the game by killing this stuff down here, and he's throwing more Lings to death. But if, like you were saying, if he went to kill the Nexus, will he kill it? Maybe. But even if he doesn't, it forces the Protoss to build more cannons to get up close enough to defend the Nexus itself. And we saw that other one go down there as well for that purpose. And there's another one.
Well, here's the problem, Adam. He actually might be able to hold this now.
Yeah, but just
if
too
he
late.
would have started attacking the Nexus instead of the Gateway, he might have been able to kill this Nexus off before these cannons finish it. It's going to be extremely close. We have some probes now doing some damage against these Lings. The cannon is almost finished. And you know what? I actually think he's going to be able to keep this Nexus alive. And it's mainly because he and didn't attack the Nexus when he should have. Poor decision. Oh, he's still
he's
to
still on the
but
outside.
This other cannon is going to be enough. And holy sweet tits, he managed to keep that alive.
Close.
That is huge. And you know what? Soundwave with a huge lead, still really in the lead, but he kind of shit away a lot of it from some poor decision making.
That was a game-winning, series there. He could have gone in and won the game pretty much immediately with that. Just made a couple of improper decisions there, and ironically, Leech managed to fix his wall in the middle of all that.
Fix it with all these cannons.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're gonna plug a hole with something, you might as well plug it with cannons, right?
Yeah.
Well, now we know for sure that Soundwave is not getting anywhere near that base without something substantial. But like you said, Soundwave's still very much in the lead here. The Protoss was forced to do nothing but build cannons basically this whole time. Back at home, though, Soundwave wasn't really droning up all that hard because of the amount of Zerglings he had. However, he was droning up a little bit, and he didn't have to build too many to be ahead of the Protoss player. So, all in all, definitely still ahead, and we have his Roach Warren just about finished, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see another minor push up around the left-hand side of the base. Although, based on his last one, he'll probably just walk them right into the cannons.
No, I was actually just about to say that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Judging by the way Soundwave, I mean, I'm not going to shit on him completely. He did a good job, but he really shit the bed towards the end. I mean, look how close this Nexus is finished. All that. I'm just going to keep hating on him for it.
We're just going to keep ribbing him for it?
Why were you attacking a gateway that wasn't powered?
He's got a Stargate coming, though.
You know?
He's got a Stargate coming, though.
All right, that's good. I like to see that.
So that's always good, and it's in a great place. It's never going to be freaking attacked in that little corner.
No, I'm actually surprised that Soundwave just didn't decide to tech straight to Muta. After seeing that many cannons, you know that a lot of minerals were put down here.
Yep.
You know that the Cybernetics core wasn't being produced because you did kill that gateway. So, I mean... You know that the Blink Stalkers or anything like that isn't happening, and naturally, when a Protoss is behind, you're going to go Stargate or DT, right? So
something like that.
Mutas are great against both.
Yeah, and he is actually getting a Spire right now as long as as well as his Evo because
bite my tongue.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a little late to the party there. He had his Roach Warren up first, so it was hard to tell what exactly he had planned, but it looks like he is going to be going the Muta path right now, slowly creeping out into the map. And back up home, we're looking at some Phoenixes being produced here by Leech, and so... that will be kind of interesting only if he's able to do his harassment before the Muta come out, which he's got about literally 25-30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely close. I mean, we all know Phoenixes are good against Muta if you have good micro, especially with the new upgrade for +2.
That's not going to happen, though.
But that's not going to happen.
Because freaking Fleet Beacon.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, probably not in this game. But this is a lot of Phoenix. I mean, if he's going to go Mutas...
He's going to need a fair number of them.
You're right.
And you know what? 11? That's a fair number of them. That is a large number of Muta.
Yeah, no, it's a good amount. But if he keeps double pumping these Phoenixes, I think he's going to be okay as long as he micros. You just don't want to send them into
just float him over the cannons. You know where he's going anyway.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
Just pull him into the cannons.
Couple of spore callers, very nicely put there for Soundwave. Got them in really beautiful positions.
Not going anywhere.
And the Mutas are out now. Some of these Phoenixes have taken some damage, and there's going to be a supply block for Soundwave. So kudos to Leech for that, and instantly out of the supply block. And there is a crap ton of Mutas on the way. He's going to go right for that mineral line, and the Phoenixes are out of position. We're going to see how many... but there is a couple of cannons in the back, and I really don't think he's going to want to go up against this, especially if the Phoenixes come back to the party. Oh, and he manages to back off out of the radius of the cannons.
I'm surprised he didn't just get after that pylon and take it out. There's only one pylon powering that stuff right now, and he's going to be able to do some huge damage here.
Really no damage whatsoever dealt to those Phoenixes. I don't even think a hit was given to those Phoenixes.
Just so you gotta dance around.
Hey.
You gotta float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
This is very, very...
That's what you gotta do. That's what you do with Phoenixes.
Sour about all these idled probes.
Yeah, that's not great.
No.
That's not great. But he is getting a Ninja Third, which I like. And also the Zerg getting a Ninja Third. So everybody is just...
all these ninjas.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
So these Phoenixes are really putting in work right now, and if you're gonna go Phoenixes, you got to do work with them because there's only a small mid-game time frame where Phoenixes are really, really great units, and then towards the late game, unless you have a big number of them against a big Mutaball,
they're just not effective.
They're really not effective anymore because the spore crawlers are up. Sometimes there's infestors out on the field, and sometimes there's just way too many muta.
Well, right now he's doing great
awesome
work
job with
right
these
now. These Phoenixes are putting their work in and doing it well.
Like,
they
look
are
at this.
tearing
Look
up.
at this.
Oh my goodness!
That's just beautiful to see.
Oh, he's
Look, he just
side-strafing.
ate up all of those mutas.
Oh, I love you.
Wow.
That was great.
And still picking off drones. Look at the kills on these Phoenixes. Let's take a look at the damage dealt. Now picking up even more drone kills. The mutas were just getting...
Oh, the mutas were getting completely destroyed there.
It was actually hard to watch.
It was bad. It was ugly, and he's getting just more and more along the way. Probably could have taken those out entirely,
Where are you going?
or just leave them to do their thing.
Those are free overlords.
Free overlords could have pretty much helped supply block them, but sure, why not?
He's going back.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. No.
Hey guys, you thought you were gonna survive?
Oh no, you asshole!
He got lucky twice in a row. Holy crap! And now there are some spore crawlers up, so he's gonna have to be careful about where he attacks. Luckily, there is a tiny corner in the back side here, so he can still get his hits in. One Phoenix looks like it might go down here. No, it does get away there towards the end, and the muta are forced to back up. But oh, he's got to be very careful here. But man, those Phoenixes are super cost effective. What is he doing back home right now,
sir?
sir?
Are like tanks, man. They don't die.
Well, only if you move them.
Yeah.
Do never stop moving, or you die. A horrible, horrible death. And it looks like right now he had that one Void Ray come out for, I think he was just trying to think of maybe some Queen harass there with that Void Ray. Hasn't had to do anything with it at this point. He is even upgrading air attacks right now, and so he's feeling very comfortable with his Phoenix play. He's getting up what looks to be, 2 Robos on the way. As his third is now finishing, and he's going to be able to saturate that. A macro hatch going down here for Soundwave, but you know what? I'm really liking Leech's position right now. And I like the composition he's doing. He's even getting the fleet beacon. We might be eating our words.
Yeah, he's getting that fleet beacon, sir.
Dude!
He's getting that shit.
Dude!
One thing that I've noticed, he hasn't pinged that.
Yeah,
he hasn't done that, not only on this one, but he's also did that to his natural as well.
Nice.
His chronos aren't being really used very well.
It looks like somebody who just maybe hasn't played in a bit. And you know, it's like you get those first game rust where you know you still maintain your micro,
yeah, I agree.
But when it comes to like stupid stuff like put your probes on the damn mineral patch.
Yeah.
Stuff like that just falls apart. You're just terrible.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I can actually see that.
Because if we're watching this micro right now, it's somebody who's played at least a reasonable amount of StarCraft, and so to see him forget to do stuff like that, probably just to build a little bit of my banelings.
Yeah, this is getting quite a bit of banelings, and unfortunately, there's a lot of zealots out on the field, and unless the force fields are going to be very, very good, this actually might deal some damage, but there is still a bunch of cannons, so I really don't see him doing too much damage.
It could be enough to really piss off Leech, but I don't think he's going to do anything crippling. You know, he does have that third up now, and so I don't even think Zerg knows about it at this point. And I think he's gonna
drop, dude. He's gonna do some drops.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah, I mean his overlords are fast.
Those overlords are going up there. They do have speed indeed, and so it's entirely possible.
No.
Just gonna throw some Zerglings in there. No, maybe not.
No, he's not. He doesn't even have
yeah,
that.
Throw him into the stalkers.
Upgrade.
Yep.
Yeah, there goes that.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh, he's close. He's gonna get some scouting here. Interesting seeing scouting being done by an actual overlord instead of an overseer.
Yeah, I mean he's bringing up even more overlords right now. I think maybe
roaches as well.
Yeah. Maybe they're just pinged up here.
Probably.
Yeah.
He probably thought that Baneling bust was going to go a heck of a lot better than it did. He's going to get rid of these sentries, though.
I'm really liking Leech's play with the Phoenixes, and he's bought himself a lot of time. He's done a lot of damage to overlords and drones, but he really hasn't done a whole lot.
It's just been harassment.
Yeah, exactly. It's been like this 20-minute harassment.
Oh, hey, that Void Ray is finally going to come into play.
It's like he hasn't built an army. He's sitting on 2,000 minerals. Look at the gas. He just really isn't producing units, and no matter, it's like he's done all this harassment, but he hasn't taken advantage of it. He's just allowing the Zerg just to do his thing. I'm not enjoying this.
I mean, normally, what's the blue in the base there right now of Soundwave up top in his main. Oh, it was just a couple of stalkers.
Yeah.
I would have expected to see more expansions out of Leech if he was going to do such heavy.
I would just love to see units.
Yeah.
He hasn't built units. He's 88 supply, man. Look at the minerals. he's on three bases. He's building more gates. He's already got like all these gates. He's just not producing units. I don't get it.
Oh, it's working.
Sadly. I mean, he's doing a great job with the Phoenixes. I mean, that's impressive as shit. But everything else,
it looks like he's just a little bit indecisive as to what he really wants to do. We're seeing quite an interesting unit composition coming out of Leech here, and like you said, while he's done great work with those Phoenixes, he hasn't actually taken too much advantage of it. And you either want to macro up a lot behind it by just producing the amount of Phoenixes that you require and then moving forward with it, or you want to just build up a whole whack of bases, which is what we're seeing now. He's actually taking a 4th at the moment, but it's a bit late into the game.
He's still building Phoenixes at this point.
He really likes those. Oh, is it the upgrade? Oh my goodness.
And Soundwave is doing a tech switch into heavy ground units, so...
The upgrade's happening.
Yeah, the +2 is happening here.
No. The fleet beacon.
Yeah, the +2 range for the Phoenixes.
Oh, I thought you said, well, there was other upgrades happening. I didn't know if you meant attack upgrades or the Phoenix.
The range.
Is that what they're calling that? The +2? Is there actually a name for it?
The name is the
Anion Pulse Crystals. Great.
Cool. That works. It's better than
Terran
Armor Building.
Yeah, Terran Building Armor. I was going to say that. Somebody actually did. How do you even let that go?
I don't know.
How does that happen?
I don't know. This is just a weird game.
We have Colossi coming now.
There's like some really, really nifty and neat things that's happening.
It's like a mishmash.
But then there's some really bad stuff that's happening as well.
It's a cornucopia of awesome and terrible at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a really bad Thanksgiving dinner where all of the trappings the entrappings are really, really good. The potatoes, the carrots, the peas, but the turkey was overcooked, and when you cut it, it exploded. It's so dry.
Oh, sour! I hate dry turkey. That shit makes me angry.
Dry turkey.
You wait once
worst.
a year for like Christmas, and you're just hoping for a turkey.
We have a big Zerg push coming up here. While all these Phoenixes are out of position, but it's not exactly the perfect unit composition to be going up against Stalkers.
I don't think I've ever seen a 23.
Oh, that sucked. All those canceled because of the pylon going down.
Oh, hating it. And the DPS of these Hydras are pretty huge, but here comes the Phoenixes just to ruin the day. And these cannons in behind just dealing crazy amounts of damage. And, yeah. I mean, Leech is going to be perfectly fine here. And now
look, the giraffes are out.
And a Void Ray.
Well, that Void Ray has been sitting around waiting to be used for a while. He actually did. He got made, like, barely any time into the game, and he's just been chilling over top of that Stargate the whole time. And he was just, he's like one of those, players in high school basketball that made the team only because the school required so many members to be on, and he's sitting on the bench going, "Put me in, coach! Put me in, coach! Put me in, coach! I can do it, coach! I can win the game, coach! Put me in, coach!" And look, see, this is what he's doing. Void Ray winning the game single-handedly.
So I threw this game away in every sense of the word. Left the game. Not GGing that. Wow.
Oh, bro.
Well, you did kind of shit the bed at the start, but I mean, Leech kind of shit in the bed and throughout the entire game, really not doing nothing.
There was good and bad on both sides here.
I guess people at home can learn something about Phoenixes, but then not learn.
Well, you can, yeah.
How to take advantages of the damages that Phoenix do?
Yes, you have to actually produce something out of the advantage that Phoenixes give you if you use them properly, which didn't necessarily happen here. It was a bit of a mishmash by Leech, but I think there were hints.
There was hints of awesome.
Hints of awesome in there.
And then there was like hints of not so awesome.
And then
it was like Leech was fighting to keep the game even. And when he had the chances to be way ahead, he just decided not to go for it. Like, not build units for whatever reason. I don't know if he was just straight up practicing his micro with Phoenixes.
I'm standing by the fact that I think he was probably a little rusty by the looks of some of the things he did.
Well, I mean, you're going to be looking up the league of these players, so I would guess. I'm going to say. I'm going to say platinum.
I would say that's doable, because in platinum you can have really good micro, but just make like not so great in-game decisions.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in platinum and even in diamond, my macro was horrible.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna go and
you either get to platinum diamond with really good micro or really good macro.
Yep,
it's almost never really mediocre at both. Because then somebody who's really good at one or the other just beats you.
Yep.
It's one or the other, and so.
Okay, well, that was a really long game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe learned a little something about phoenixes, because that is how you use them correctly. Whenever you get phoenixes,
there was some really good side strafing there for a period of time.
It was beautiful. It was actually beautiful.
That was glorious.
I came, and then it went away.
Can you teach me how to do that? Because, I mean, really, the cleanup part is...
Yeah, it's terrible.
Is terrible. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work, and when I just want to sleep.
Everybody has that one sock. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.